Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast, I share my real-world self-publishing and small business experience with you. So let's get started with today's show, which really isn't a show per se, but more of a news update. There's some exciting things happening over on Kindle Direct Publishing, and I don't know if you're aware, but I wanted to make sure that you are. So the first one is that in beta right now, for Kindle Create, they are now going to be able to give you the capability to do your ebook and your paperback book at the same time. How cool is that? So if you were mourning the loss of Create Space, mourn no more, because this is a game-changing change. Think about it. You can create both your ebook and print book at the same time. I'm so excited about that. I need to create a new book so I can try it out. And if you haven't used Kindle Create before, it is an amazing tool. I did some testing with it with some junk manuscripts last year, but then my 2018 self-publishing survey, which I was going to actually be publishing as an ebook, I used Kindle Create for that, and it turned out fantastic. And I realized as I was working with it that I didn't even have to do that much within the manuscript in Microsoft Word. I could just dump it into Kindle Create and make it look great. So I'm really, really glad to see this change, and I can't wait to try it out. If you do try it out, and before I get mine done, why don't you hit me up on social media to let me know how that went for you. I'm at Heidi Thorne and on both Instagram and Twitter. And then the other big change is in the Amazon Marketing Services ads for Kindle eBooks. I don't know how many of you are using them, but I've been using them for a couple years now. And the AMS ad platform, or the interface for these Kindle ebooks, was just horrible. It only gave you lifetime statistics. So you really couldn't tell whether your current changes to your ad campaigns were actually working. You just got lifetime figures, and so you'd have to do some finagling with Microsoft Excel, comparing report of this date to that. It was a mess. So it was still that way even as of a couple weeks ago, and then because I was doing an updated video for my Udemy course on Kindle self-publishing, and it was still that way, and where you would only get the lifetime stats. Then I logged in last night because I did want to make some changes to my AMS ads, and the whole interface changed. And I'm like, wow, what is going on here? And now you can look at your advertising results and other stats based on date. You can still get the lifetime, but you can look at the last 7 days, the last month, the last 30 days. There's a lot of different options. It doesn't look like there's a custom date range available right now, and maybe I'm just not still so new to me that I haven't quite figured that out. But even as it is a massive improvement. And once you click on that date range that you want, the key stats are posted like right across the top of the page, which is amazing. And you can filter, and there's there's all kinds of good things happening on that platform. So if you're using AMS ads to promote your Kindle ebooks, there's a lot of good changes. Log into that account and see what's going on and start playing with the interface. So as I start working with these new changes, of course I'll update you as much as I can. And if you do have some input on that, of course, again, follow me on social media at Heidi Thorne on both Instagram and Twitter. And we'll go back to our discussions about the 2018 self-publishing survey in the next episode. We're going to talk about the possible gender pay gap in self-publishing, whether there is one or not. So you're not going to want to miss that episode. So definitely subscribe to the Heidi Thorne Show on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, magazine or the YouTube channel so that you keep updated on all of that. And if you would share the show and all these updates with your author friends on social media, that would be great. And my website is HeidiThorne.com if you want to connect with me there. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode. And in the meantime, have a great day.